Oh no, it's back. We're back.
Oh,
we're back.
you
Mudded.
muted me, yeah?
No.
You muted me.
No.
Yeah, you moving like
No,
that?
muted me. I muted me. We're here. Episode 28, season 2. We're back. Right, that was some BTS. You lot weren't supposed to see that. Yeah. So Josh. Ooh, what do you have there?
We got some goodies.
Right. If you want to. You want to run through? You want to run through those goodies quick? I need to. No, I'm saying you want to run. No, I'm saying you.
Talking over me for, huh? You see me for money, yeah? Stop talking over me, man. Stop fucking swinging, man. I swear to God, man. Now where you going? Where's he going? Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, today we are drinking. I've been trying to get Thomas to drink these for ages. I tried these at a beer festival last year, and they are banging. So they're called African Originals Cider. 4 different flavours. We've got one of each. Well, multiple of each, actually. I'm proper excited for these because these were proper banging. These were absolute bangers. There's one in particular I've been really excited for Thomas to try, which is, I think, one we're going to start with, to be fair. Because I guess we could maybe do a little, like, start peak and then, like, dip down. But I think we're going to start with the mango and chili cider, which is fucking phenomenal. Brother, are you taking the piss, man? This guy, brother! This fucking guy, man! Right, you know what, right? He doesn't even come into podcast. He comes in for dinner, right? You know, some man watch, like, Sidemen, like with dinner. Like, oh, yeah, can't watch, you know, can't eat dinner without YouTube, like, right? This fucking Donny, yeah? This fucking Donny.
Bruv, it's dinner time! It's dinner time, are you mad?
Bro just uses this podcast as an opportunity to have his fucking dinner, man. I swear to God, man. I hate him. I fucking hate him. Right, we're going to crack this bad boy open. I'm very excited for Thomas to try this. Very, very excited. Is that? Okay. Ignite your originality. Open up to the powerful punch of authentic African fruit cider. Carefully handcrafted with the juiciest mangoes from Africa.
Juicy mangoes? Right, let's do it.
Oh yeah, man. So it's a cloudy little number. 2 of you there. It's a cloudy little number. It kind of looks like a sour beer, like just like from the colour. But we've gone for the full fucking thing, yeah. Right, you ready? Yeah. Chin chin.
Yeah, ready. Wait, fucking necked it.
Yeah, it's banging. It's so nice. It's different from what I remember.
You need to double take.
A little bit different.
You need to double take with some of these, not because there's anything wrong with it, or because it's particularly amazing, but just to make sure that what you're tasting is what you're tasting. Like, do you know what I mean? Sometimes they can catch you. That's nice. That's a very nice.
Do you know what?
Aftertaste.
Do you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. They've made this a lot milder.
You expected it to be a bit more on the chili side.
Yeah. When I had it, I think it had habanero chilies in it.
Oh yes.
And like, yeah,
does it say what chilies it has in this one, or does it just say chili?
Just says chili.
Ingredients: mango, chili, baobab. What the fuck is something powder? Cane sugar, water, apple juice concentrate, acidity regulator, carbon dioxide. Okay, well it doesn't say exactly what chili, but... Oh, they have a disclaimer on here as well. Go on, go on.
It is fucking nice. Oh, we were supposed to shake it. I just read at the bottom of the can. So we're going to get all the chili. Right. Oh, no, you can't do that. What are you doing, you psycho?
Fuck.
This is what you call the real drinkology here, people. I swear to God. But yeah,
real mixology.
Nice cider.
No, it's very nice.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's nice. I like it. I like the aftertaste. I like the chili. Obviously,
Yeah,
getting a lot of the chili because we didn't fucking read the instructions and shake it fully.
Yeah. But it's not as hot as it was. I think they have
Nerfed it.
kind of lightened the flavour a little bit because it was mango and habanero before.
Yeah, I think I remember you sending me the link to that before, and that sounded very appetizing. But no, the disclaimer on here: excessive alcohol consumption impairs your judgment. True. Do not drive or operate machinery. Well,
operating the string.
Handling a big tool, but yeah, no, it's quite nice to be fair.
It's nice, isn't it? It is proper nice. Like on a nice like hot day, like ice cold with that little bit of chili, like. Yeah, you see, that's better. Now I've like give it a little mixy mix. It's nice. It's got like, I'd say it's more of like a peppery chili, rather than the heat, which it was before.
It's not
particularly kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you expected it to be a bit.
Yeah, no, because I feel like I kind of gassed it up, a lot because it was genuinely fucking unreal. Let me have a look. Mango cider. Ooh.
It's not particularly fizzy either. Well, looking at the description.
Yeah, no, it's not.
But mango fizzies in general are quite nice, but it's very much on the fruity side, so a bit like us. I like it. Oh, it smells nice and all.
Yeah, it's banging, right?
I should have got. I got 2 flavors of each because I just got the 4 on the 4, which I don't regret doing. But I wish I got the 4 on the 4. Maybe some more of these just to really give it a go. But we'll see what the second can feels like.
We are going to be cooked. Okay, so we've got a lot to talk about here. We've got a lot. If for some reason you've been living on a rock, I kind of feel like the last week of oh my god, I kind of feel like the last week of Pokemon Go, well, the Pokemon Go sort of universe has been kind of fucking crazy, to be honest. Like, I really feel like we've gone through the motions. I think we've gone through, well, like, you know, it really is like the roller coaster. Like, we really are in the era where we're seeing the highs and the lows.
Big change.
And it's really one extreme to another. So today we're going to try kind of cover it. We're not going to be all negative as much as, you know, we could be, but, you know, that's not what we are. We always try and do both sides. So what should we start with? Should we start with the next season?
It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense.
I'll start. So the next season announced is Tales of Transformation, running from September 2nd until December 2nd. To be fair, I will say the video they did was really nice. Like the intro video was pretty cool. Tales of Transformation. Behold, Keldeo in its resolute form. For the first time in Pokemon Go, Keldeo will be able to transform into resolute form after a season-long journey at your side. Encounter Keldeo as you begin your adventure along a new special research. So Keldeo finally makes its return after 4 years.
At least 4 years, yeah.
Like 3-4 years, something like that. Let me quickly check mine. Let's see. So yeah, for anyone who, 2022. So three and a bit years, coming up to 4 years.
Yeah.
So for anyone who has, who wasn't playing then, who didn't buy the ticket then, open your game any point in the season. You'll get this. You'll get the seasonal research to get Keldeo. Mythical, pretty good mythical to be fair. The first kind of L of the season is if you've already got that Keldeo, then you're not going to get a second one. You're only getting candy to power it up, which, in my opinion, massive fucking L, huge L. No reason for it whatsoever.
Was your first Keldeo any good? Not that you probably wouldn't have built it regardless.
Yeah. Mine's alright. 14, 10, 14.
I was gonna say yours is probably worse than mine, and you've built it. And I haven't built mine. Mine's 14, 10, and I haven't built it. But I've been putting candy into the basket for a while.
Yeah. So the special research will be available to claim from Tuesday 2nd December 10 a.m. Tuesday December 2nd, 9:59 a.m. New part of special research will unlock over the course of the season to make sure you keep an eye on your research tab. You know, same format as we have. They bring out a seasonal research. You know, you kind of hit a time cap and then you wait for them to release the next ones, blah, blah. So the focus of this season really seems to be on transformations. So a lot of Mega Evolutions are coming to Pokemon Go. I'd say one of the most awaited mons coming out. So Tales of Mega Evolution. Behold the mega debut of Sharpedo, Camerupt, and Metagross. Challenge them on Mega Raid days throughout the season and bear witness to the transformative power.
Ooh, just to interrupt, this is like, it's like the aftertaste is growing stronger now. The more that.
Yeah, you're kind of going down because we didn't shake it yet.
It's going, yeah, it's there.
Are you alright, bro? Are you like? I thought I saw you do a little like a.
It's nice. I like it.
Yeah, it is really nice, right? I mean, it better be. I've got a fucking like.
Yeah, you commit.
You
committed. If you don't like it, then you can't sell that off.
No, mate. It's just for me. Like, it's fucking banging. Like, sorry guys, we are going to interject. Like, I am kind of like
that was lovely.
I am kind of making it so like when we do these podcasts, I am actually trying to drink new beers, different beers. So I've been ordering like the Vault City cases, etc. We got these because I do kind of want to do more sort of.
We get told we don't drink enough.
Yeah, which is kind of bad, right? And then Tales of Evolution. Behold the power of evolution. See how Pokemon transforms as Dipplin and Hydrapple and more make their Pokemon debuts throughout the season. To be fair, I love those Pokemon. I think they're fucking awesome. They're such cool mons. They're like grass dragon types, I believe, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, very unique.
And then behold the emergence of new Dynamax and Gmax Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Challenge and catch Gigantamax, Garbodor, Dynamax, Duraludon, and Shadow Groudon. So Gigantamax Garbodor making its debut should be the best poison type attacker for Gmaxes because we don't have any other ones.
So Gengar's just based off the is it just based off the fast move Gengar, or does it just have a default move?
No. So if you do the Gmaxes, it will always just have that standard move as Gmax. Yeah. So Gengar has the Ghost type, even though it is poison typing as well.
Same with Venusaur. Venusaur always have the grass.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. The debut of Duraludon, which is pretty hyped to be fair, which means we could probably expect Gigantamax Duraludon sooner rather than later, which is a really cool evolution. Whether it's going to be any good or not is a complete different story. Shadow Groudon is kind of hype, right? Like I swear like Shadow Groudon in comparison to Shadow Kyogre is like a beast, right?
Well, Groudon's always like seemingly ranked higher or supposed to perform better than Kyogre, but because of that, that's what makes Kyogre still so relevant. It's like without one, there's really like, as in, if there was no Kyogre, Groudon would be fine, obviously. But then if there's no Groudon, Kyogre wouldn't be fine because it's one of its main targets. If that made any sense, but
yeah, definitely, yeah, for sure. Seasonal highlights, community days. We got community days September 14th, October 12th, and November 30th. The first one being Flabebe, which I think is quite a big one, right, for PvP. It gives it a lot of coverage. Does it give it a water move? Is that correct?
It's got chilling water move, got chilling water.
Yeah, which I think is like, obviously, I'm not the one to say Thomas will know better, but I'm sure like it's quite a meta relevant move, right?
It just doesn't it doesn't get walled off by fire types because all its other moves it knows are grass and fairy, which fire completely walls. Yeah. Now it has something to hit back at fire. Even has stuff to hit back at, not super effectively, but has stuff to hit back at steel types. So all of its worst matchups now at least has a coverage move.
Yeah. So that's a big one. That is on September 14th. And this season, coming August 25th, August 25th, 1 p.m. We're getting the release of level 80. The
Oh yes.
In fact, no, sorry, that's October 15th. August 25th.
Yeah, August 25th is when we got the XP celebration research running for 50 days.
XP.
Yeah.
Kind of hype, but also like there seems to be within the community a lot of like confusion around it. They've been very vague. To me, it feels like the way they've released it is it's been on their roadmap and they've kind of not necessarily forgotten about it, but not prepared well enough, because the way they announced it is very vague and left a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
You're seeing content creators arguing, removing videos for like misinformation, yada yada.
Trainer Tips re-uploaded a video after he said that he felt like he didn't want to give people false information.
Yeah. But we're going to come back to that like sort of at the end so we can share our own views. Another one of the big challenges is they're bringing out the weekly challenges, which, to be fair, I've not seen anyone like talk about like at all. I've literally seen no one talk about it. This season, there's a new way to connect and earn rewards. Weekly challenges. The social feature allows you to team up with up to 3 other trainers to take on a group challenge each week. Complete the challenge to earn reward XP while growing your friendship level. You can start a group with trainers on your friends list, no matter where they are, or get matched with other trainers from around the world as a new way to discover friends. I didn't know that. That's pretty sick then. That's kind of cool. So really,
imagine
like
me, you, and Joe, and it's just like, Joe, hurry the fuck up and catch this, like, or catch 5 more Pokemon. We want to move on. That's good that you can randomly like do it with people if you don't have
that's really good. And on the image they've used here, it's like this weekly challenge on here that they've used, for example, is to catch 1,000 Pokemon in a week. That's pretty hype, to be fair. I like that. That's pretty cool.
So I think they've realised that like party play kind of dead. Let's try and make something a bit more incentivizing,
challenging, engaging. I really like the idea of being able to randomly match people to join a group and then grow friendship with them that way. I feel like for people in rural areas that obviously then weren't able to utilize party play, you're opening up a different avenue, right? Also, while kind of keeping it engaging to other players who do play. So maybe think the feature is redundant.
So when you get matched with people, like you get randomly assigned someone, do you have to like? I don't know if it was just me being dumb, but do you have to add them as a friend? Is it automatically add them as a friend?
I would assume it would automatically add them, otherwise it would be kind of pointless, right?
Yeah, and then you grow and you get interactions from doing. Does it say you get interaction, which is while growing your friendship level? But does that mean whilst you're just interacting in other ways, or is this another way to interact?
So I would think that there's going to be different sort of daily challenges as well as a weekly challenge, and if you complete like the daily challenge, I think it'll give you a halo, like an interaction point, which is kind of sick, to be fair. Like, I like that
another way to interact with the friends list, considering the amount of gifts we can open versus the max limit of friends, is always great. Yeah,
it's pretty nice. The Go Battle League, I'm not covering that. I don't care. PvP is dead to me as far as I'm concerned. It's fucking boring.
I was gonna say, what do you think of the pose? But we don't know. They ain't released the pose. How are they not releasing? No.
Yeah, I don't understand why. Seasonal rotations. Encounter Pokemon by completing the research breakthrough. So obviously, research breakthrough every 7 days for completing a field research task. At the end, you get like an encounter and then a random bonus, which is either 20 Pokeballs, 20 Great Balls, 20 Ultra Balls, a remote raid pass.
Yeah. Something like
that. To be fair, the breakthrough encounters are kind of good this season. So there's Alakazam, Aggron, Sinistea, Morpeko, Droopy, and Frigiback. Quite nice. The last 4 are quote unquote rarer Pokemon, and the first 2 are they can Mega Evolve.
It falls in line with the theme of the season.
Yeah. They've not actually given us what Pokemon are in the wild this season, weirdly. I'm not sure why. That the eggs are also rotating every month. Weirdly, September 2Ks, Bulbasaur, Trico, Zoro, Why Not, and more. October, Charmander, Togepi, Torchic, Chingling, and more. November, Squirtle, Mudkip, Bonsai, Happiny, and more. 5K eggs, there's Alolan, Grimer, Pichu, Riolu, and more. October, Alolan, Meowth, Budew, Munchlax, and more. November, Alolan, Vulpix, Tyrogue, Mantike, and more. And the Adventure Sync reward is Omanyte, Kabuto, Elekid, and Magby. 7Ks for the season. Alolan Rattata, Alolan Sandshrew, Galarian Farfetch, Hisuian Quillfish, Galarian Ponyta, Hisuian Voltorb. Kind of dead. The 10K eggs. Well, what we got? September, Mawile, Beldum, and more. October, Absol, Bagon, and more. November, Larvitar, Sableye, and more. And the Adventure Sync reward, 10K egg, Aerodactyl, Drodigan, Tink, and more.
All those egg pools are kind of shit, yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of dead. I'm not sure why. And to round it up, the seasonal bonuses, which is quite interesting because they've added a lot of different bonuses this season. Trainers level 31 and above will receive 1 guaranteed rare candy XL when catching a 5-star boss during a raid hour.
Raid hours are going off.
Great bonus if you can be bothered to do them. Trainers above level 31 will receive 1 guaranteed candy XL while trading Pokemon. Also, gain 1 additional candy when trading Pokemon. Increased XP for a 7-day Pokestop spin streak, increased XP in Stardust for a 7-day Pokemon catch streak, and increased XP from friendship level up.
So that's in line with all the level 80 stuff. They're just going to throw loads of XP at people that need to make that last push for 50. But going back to the eggs quickly, a lot of the eggs are kind of dead because when you look at it, it's like, maybe apart from the Alolan stuff, but a lot of the stuff like is to give candy maybe for megas. So like Bulbasaur, Trico, so the starters will all have megas.
Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't even know. I didn't even make that connection.
And then 5 kilometers, Riolu. Riolu got a mega. None of the others doing that one. And then 7 kilometers, you've got the Alolans and Galarian stuff, which is pretty standard. And then more Wild, Mega Metagross, Mega Absol, Mega Sally, Mega Mega Tyranitar, Mega Sableye, Mega Aerodactyl, and then they've put Drodigon and Tink as like adventures.
Mate, I didn't even make that connection, so like, we'll fucking notice that. We'll know.
See, man, we're clued up. But yeah, no, I think some of these bonuses are good, but that's if you fully utilize the bonus, it's good. It lends itself well if you're someone that does raid hours. You know, good for you, and you know it'll be a good bonus for you. For someone that don't really do raid hours, you just raid as and when, then maybe it's not the bonus for you. But I like the trade one. It means that you can trade. Yeah. You can trade locally, and you don't have to hoard so many distance.
Yeah, but then realistically, would you not agree that if you're not taking advantage of the raid hour bonus because you probably don't have the community to do it, then the trade bonus kind of becomes void also, right?
Yeah, if you haven't got the people to do. Well, if you haven't got people to do raids, then you might not have the people to do trades as well. But I think as far as seasonal bonuses go, like overall as a package, I think it's all right, to be fair, you know.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Do we want to crack over another pan of cider, by the way?
Do we have anything else to talk about? Oh, look, we've got some boxes. Yeah. We've got web store deals. Look at these,
I ain't looked at them. I refuse to even acknowledge them. Now, let's quickly go over the level 80 update. So, a lot of people have a lot of different opinions on this. I know where I stand on it. I think this is part 1 of a 2-part update. I think next year, for the 10-year anniversary, I think we're going to see level 100 come into the game.
Yeah, so that's why this probably deliberately seems very vague, because ultimately this is Infinity War, and you've got Endgame. Infinity War, Endgame.
Yeah.
It's not quite for Ragnarok, but Infinity War. Endgame.
It says that players can expect a jump in level based on their total earned XP. So to me, that reads as
they're scaling everyone up.
It seems like there's not going to be an XP requirement update, or if it does, it's not going to be dramatic.
I don't think it's going to be. I've seen 500 mil as the.
I don't see that for level 80. I don't see it.
As in, I've seen it, but I don't necessarily believe it. That's still a lot for some people.
Yeah, I mean, free-to-play players aren't getting it. I mean, the thing is, I know what I want from this update. Like, I think it's something that we've needed in this game for a long time. We spoke about it before on here. Like, the game needs a kind of story mode to kind of progress, and the only way you are going to progress is through the levels. Obviously, we have, like, the special research, but, you know, with all due respect, Pokemon Go, ain't no one reading the text like to follow along. We're
how many? Through it, how much special research do you have left to do on your right hand side?
Oh, like fuck all.
You know, I've only got one, and I can't do it because it's a Go Plus one. That's it. I legit have none that I can physically do.
Oh my God.
I have the Snorlax one. That's it.
I've got the Giovanni one from this season, which I'm keeping to stack another.
Because you're not bothered about. I did mine to get my Tina, and it was shit.
I've got the Go Fest Full Steam Ahead, the Go Fest Hero's Journey, and then the Full Steam Ahead to Paris, which I haven't done because I need to. I have 2 candies exploring with a fighting type, and I need to get 2 candies with a Volcanion, which I've just not done yet.
Even Eva's done that. Bloody hell.
I'm just not in a rush. You know what I mean? Like, So like for me. Like, I know where I want the game to go, you know. So, you know, if they want to, like, put it to level 80, cool. But then, like, to take us from 80 to 100, like, make it, like, difficult. Make it time-consuming. Not time-gated, time-consuming. There's a big difference.
You have to earn it. The thing is, not everyone should be... It's the same way, obviously, when they introduced level 50. Not everyone should be the highest level. Because if everyone's the highest level or plays the game at this level, and if everyone's that level, then no one is the age-old argument. Like, you want to be able to separate the men from the boys, the wheat from the chaff. Like, you want to make people have to earn it.
And you know, I've seen people kind of complaining about the idea of that, and it's like, the thing is, it's basically a cosmetic thing. It's not going to make a difference. They've already said that you're not going to be able to level up your Pokemon past level 50. So it is literally a cosmetic thing.
So a trainer is level 31 and a trainer that's level 80 could both have a maxed out Mewtwo. Literally,
So there's literally cosmetic. The difference is the research. You know, for me, I want to see difficult researches that are going to take time and effort. Not money.
I was going to say, we don't want no raid heavy ones. Make people do the stuff that they don't want to do, right? Make people play Go Battle League. Make them do routes. Make them do showcase. Make them do all those things that they don't like. Otherwise, wouldn't just be able to do. Like, you have to go out of your way to do them. Make people do that stuff they don't like.
Yeah, 100%. And you know, because it's cosmetic, there's no, you know. It's up to you if you want to do them or not. But for players like us that have been playing this entire time,
I'm a fucking do it. I'll do routes. I'll do so many routes if I have to.
You know, like I've been explaining to some of like the newer players in my community that like don't rush to level up, because leveling up is the most enjoyable part of the game. Like working towards something, and rushing it gets very boring. I loved when they released level 50. That race to get to level 50, like smashing through the researches, was so much fun. I
had XP caps. I was only third round there. We're gonna be first this time. We're gonna go for it now.
Yeah, I'm cooking. But yeah, what's your thoughts on the level up? Also, which cider do we want to do next?
Ooh, so you bigged up the mango chili one. I think we go with the Zobo and lime. I don't know why. I've just realised they're all like, so we've got that mango and chili. Sorry, we're interjecting again on random beer tangents because you lot said we don't talk about beer and drink enough. We've got that was the Mali mix. This one we're about to do is a Nigerian mix. Okay. And then the other one, the tropical one's a Kenyan mix. And we've got a Zambia mix as well.
Okay, we need to...
Oh, shake, yeah. But yeah, I'm very much excited for it because in terms of... Well, what have I done? Or what have I not done? Go on.
No, me, but you were looking.
Oh, you fucking like... What happened?
No, I was giving it Dude, it's not that, mate.
Oh, mate, you must really.
You open a can, mate. You know what I mean?
Fucking hell, man. Mango and chili,
no.
man's gone. But anyway, I'm very much excited for it because I think I said to Eva earlier, I don't know where it randomly came from, but I said that in terms of like PvE outside of events, I don't have a desire to go out and play the game. I won't be like, right, I'm going out for a few hours and play the game. I used to, but I'm thinking, why don't I now? Was it because of, pardon me, was it because of COVID? Was it because of like something else, or I wasn't working because of COVID? Or, no, it was literally because there were levels and there was something for me to aim at. There is currently nothing for me to aim at in terms of. Good, boss.
I'm listening to you. It's got a very strange smell.
No, mate, hold that
Is
thought.
how I will say.
Right, listen, who cares about level 80? We need to investigate. Right, we've cracked her open.
It smells like mulled wine.
That will be the.
Don't pretend like you know what Zobo is, man.
No, I'm gonna say it's hibiscus, lime juice. Yeah, it'll be the.
Do you not think that smells like mulled wine?
It just smells like a mojito because of the lime. It smells like a mojito.
You're smoking crack, man. That smells like mulled wine. Alright, should we do a little taste test real quick? A little taste test.
I'm gonna commit to all of it in the can in case it's meaty, and I can judge it a bit more. Oi, relax, man. This is a new playmat. I'll put on the desk, man. It's the 2025 EUIC playmat. Ooh, it does have wine.
It's confusing.
Remnants.
Does anyone watching this back know what Zobo is? Anyone?
Well, based on the
Zobo.
On the ingredients.
Zobo. Oh, okay.
Is it a berry?
This is why.
Is it a berry?
So, it's a hibiscus drink. It's a Nigerian beverage made of boiling dried petals of the hibiscus plant and ginger and spices, straining the liquid to create a ruby red, tart, and refreshing drink, which can be served hot or cold.
So that's why you're getting the mulled wine, like because you can do mulled wine hot or cold. It's spiced. Man, we should have got some cinnamon. We should have got some cinnamon sticks. Whacked it in.
Cinnamon.
Yeah.
Anyway, come on, mate, carry on.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Generally speaking, because I need a reason to. Like grind or play just the game outside of events. Like the only time I really play, so like this weekend, obviously at the time of filming this, you've got Rookedy Community Day on a Saturday, you've got Mega Gary Raid Day on a Sunday. We do them because they're events, but if it's like a very rare weekend where there's no events or something, I probably just won't play. Whereas like if there's something for me to aim at, then I'll go out and play. And also that whole competitive side, I'm like, right, I want to be the first one to, even though it's purely cosmetic, and people be like, what's the point? Nothing changes in terms of, your raid counters and stuff you can power up. Nothing changes in terms of resources in PvP. I'm like, well, it just gives me more of a motivation, should we say, to play. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for it for that alone.
Yeah, but then also like, I don't think I'm going to rush it. Like me personally, I'm really facing burnout from this game at the minute. It's been a very intense like go fest period, is what I would call it. It feels like it's been kind of non-stop, right? It
never usually lasts this long as well. That's the thing, because normally you've got your Go Fest. Depending on which one you go to can depend on the gap between Go Fest and Go Fest Global. But generally speaking, you've got Go Fest season, then you've got Global, and then you're sort of supposed to be chilling. So the month that we're getting now in terms of raids, I don't know if we wanted to go into September content update, but generally speaking, the month we're getting in terms of raids with a lot of reruns, latties and stuff like that, that's a sort of month we probably should have had in August, because that's supposed to be the downtime where people are like, right, we're going to save our money now and then, hit us with the new stuff in the new season, the new Megas, the new Dynamax, the new G-Max, and then it's like, you know what I mean, we've had a bit of downtime, but it just, we joke,
it's kind of relentless.
We joke and whatnot in person and say, I can't go on like it seemingly feels like it can, and it is, and it will, and it shouldn't. It needs to but then people will argue that it's like, well, no one's making you do this or no one's making you play, but Well, what are your thoughts on that? When people are like, well, no one's making you play, no one's making you spend the money, no one's making you have to engage in this event or that event. If you don't like it, don't play. Like, what's your sort of viewpoint on that?
I think it's a really poor argument. I'm not saying it's not valid, but I do think it is a very poor argument.
And it mainly comes from like free to play to casual players. That sort of argument.
It's just kind of like, we've said this before, for a lot of people, this is like their only hobby, and it kind of, at a point, it stops feeling like a hobby and
starts feeling like a
more like
full-time job. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it just becomes a bit much, and I think the way that they're kind of blatantly like monetizing what's going on, it just kind of takes it out of you a little bit, I think the only thing that they've really kind of got right at the minute is the in-person events, and I'm kind of at the point, I'm kind of at the point for me where the in-person events are like the only events that I'm like actually enjoying.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It feels like a very confusing time to be playing the game, and I've said this before. I said it literally this week. I think for me it's become obvious that since Niantic sold the game, for me I do think that this game has actually gotten worse. I think I don't. It's hard to explain without sounding like I'm just fucking whinging, to be honest. But it's like, at least with Niantic, like, you kind of expected it, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But
this one's a bit more of it's a bit more of a shock to the system.
Yeah, it's a little bit just like,
leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Just a bit like, it's just like relentless. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's just like, it's constant, and it is literally constant, and it's going to continue to be constant, and there's no reason for it. And I'm not saying that they should give us this, that, and the other for free, not at all, but like anything, like literally anything, like to just kind of show that, you're not just rubbing your hands together for every event.
I mean, we saw it. We saw it a few, like a month or so, maybe a couple months back, where you go in the shop and it's like obviously, with the premium tickets, it is what it says on the tin. It's premium. Like, you can use YouTube and Spotify without the premium features. These are just to enhance your experience, right? That was sort of maybe a foreshadowing of what's to come, but obviously we'll get onto it a bit more when we talk about the GoFest Max finale and the whole Eternatus.
But then I think, for me personally, I'm kind of disappointed because in the interview that Nick did with Michael Sharenka,
I remember
Michael made it very, very clear that the entire focus from Scopely was leave them to do what they want and just trust that they'll do the right thing. So it's like all of these decisions are coming from the Pokemon Go team themselves.
The team that was there prior. Yeah, that's still there.
Yeah, they're not being like overshadowed or like pushed into it. Like this is their decision, which for me, what we originally thought to be a good thing has, kind of turned into a bad thing, and I don't see it getting better. I don't, sadly. I hope that it does, but I just don't fucking see it. And I don't know if it's just me, but just nothing about it for me is giving me like hope that it's going to change. And I'm going to repeat myself again. I'm not saying, we should get this and that for nothing. That's just not what I'm saying at all. But like, just give back a little bit, like, to make us at least believe that, something right is happening and we're going in the right direction, and it's kind of like appreciated and not taken for granted, if that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably a nice segment actually into the GoFest finale while we're on this subject. What was your thoughts on the GoFest finale, Thomas?
I liked the event, but I liked it, but I also appreciate why people didn't like it, and I also appreciate that I play the game differently to others. I probably don't play the game the same way that the sort of average player would. I'm not saying that makes me an above average player. I'm just saying your average Joe, hi Joe, your average Joe plays the game sort of this way, and I'm sort of, I don't fit that average, but it doesn't make me above average. I'm just different. I'm quirky. But so I enjoyed it for the reasons that I enjoyed it. I enjoyed, grinding the resources, like stat padding, grinding the XP, grinding the Stardust and whatnot. Numbers. Like I enjoyed punching the numbers up, and obviously in terms of the social benefits, and with it being very like raid and max battle focused, I enjoyed doing that with people, because I couldn't imagine playing this sort of event on your own. However,
well, you can't. It's impossible.
Yeah, however, it's one of those ones where just the way that it was marketed, the way that some of the stuff was implemented, I say some of the stuff, I literally mean the way that they've introduced Eternatus into the game was pretty poor, to be honest. Pretty poor. At first people were like, oh, are we not going to have to raid heavy and do battles and stuff to get to rank 60 to begin with? I'm like, it's doable. Either done it, it's doable without putting money into the game. Like, you're not going to go far in terms of the ranks, but you're able to do that part for free. So I'm like, okay, that sort of excludes that. You're able to get them on. Right, you've got them on. Now, you've got it. It's in your storage, whatever. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to power it up? Okay, we have to do battles for it to get candy. Okay.
Yeah.
And then when that initial number came out, everyone was like, what the fuck? Oh, no, but it's okay, because you're getting increased drops from, not only from the actual battles, but you're getting them from your pass. You're able to get some from field research if you unlock a max move. So you're sort of spending resources to get resources. But, yeah, I think the whole way they marketed it as a max finale, it didn't feel very, like, you know what I mean? It's like, wow, this GoFest has come to an amazing culmination of, this is why I feel like GoFest Global is good for that. I feel like they should have left it at GoFest Global, and this could have been done. I don't understand why this needed to be sort of piggybacked off of GoFest, because from GoFest anyway, we said it on a previous episode, it wasn't very Gigantamax based. Obviously they released for us in Paris, it was Inteleon, and then they had Rillaboom for Osaka and Cinderace for New Jersey. But those were the only ones, and even they sort of came as like an additional thing afterwards. But it wasn't a very max battle oriented thing. The only thing it was, it was oriented about Zacian and Zamazenta, which are obviously viable to use and very, very good things to counters to use in Dynamax and Gigantamax battles. I don't understand why Eternatus, and they felt the need for a max finale for that to coincide with GoFest. They could have just released it in a completely different way. It's not a mythical, but it basically is, in terms of you can't trade it or anything like that. So it has the exclusivity of a mythical. However, we had to. It was still in max battles. I just think I think a simple fix, if they wanted to go about it that way, that's fine, but it's not. But they should have give us encounters. But then obviously for them, that takes away the exclusivity of it. So then it's like, which way do you look at it? Do you want it so it's like, right, it's exclusive, very rare, only the people that have really invested the time and, well, the money in it get like the best ones? Or do you want it so, you know what, everyone, people can still play the game that way? I probably still would have played it the same way. All they really did was, like, it's been alluded to in chat, after a while, once you've maxed out in terms of the resources, the moves and everything, why are you doing it after? You're doing it in the hope that there's another one, or you're doing it for, I say why you did it like I didn't do it, but I'm posing the question as a neutral. Why are you doing it if you don't need to, like, but for me,
Yeah.
I didn't mind doing it because I was doing it for resources. I was doing it, because there were some others that needed to do it, and I know I can be of help and some sort of use to them. But obviously when you went on the Sunday, we kept going, but we were sort of cherry picking a bit more on the Sunday because obviously we'd gone pretty hard on the Saturday. I was looking at my steps because Eva was curious about the steps that I do, and I'm like, well, a bad day for me in terms of steps is 10,000 steps. On the Sunday we did 20,000. I did 20,000 steps. On the Saturday we did 27,000 steps. Like, we were moving, but yeah. Overall, my thoughts on it, I enjoyed it for the reasons I enjoyed it, but I'm not. I even put it in. I even put it in a Discord server because people were showing off their maxed one. I'm like, oh yeah, I did mine too. Like, I'm not. Wouldn't say I'm proud of it, to be honest. I'm like, it's one of them ones. Like, it feels like, I said it before. Like, it's, I don't know. I feel dirty, but at the same time, it's all in my. They've not made me do it, but I could have easily just, not done any and cherry picked a bit more. But I'm like, you know what? I've got premium items running again. I could have controlled that. I've taken the time, off work to try, and I'm gonna make the most of it. And also, peer pressure's a deadly drug, and especially when you're friends with you, or you not so much on the Sunday, but when it's like Joe and Dodie especially, right? Dodie, if you're listening, right? Dodie's actually a bad influence because he was like, yeah, let's keep going, let's keep doing the Eternatus, and it's like, why, Dodie? We know you have a max squad. It's like, yeah, Dodie, you're a bad influence for that. But generally speaking, if you were the average Joe playing this event, I feel for you because that weren't nice. And honestly, I'm still a bit sore in terms of my legs and the financialers, but
yeah, I think for me, to put it as black and white as possible, I think it was the worst event we've ever had in the game. I really do. I think it was awful in every way, and a few really simple changes really could have fixed that.
Encounters.
So a few things off the top of my head. Okay, so obviously, we had to get this massive candy, right? But like, there's no reason as to why there's no reason as to why they couldn't have kept the candy like that, but then made it so it works the same way as raids. So, if you're a raid boss, you have to do, 70 to max one out, right?
Depend on if you've got a mega and drop. So yeah, around 70, yeah,
right? There was no reason for it to be fucking over 100 without premium rewards. I think that is fucking ridiculous. They could have kept the candy the same, like that they wanted it to level up, but then given us way more than what we got. So it, so it just mathematically it works out. Secondly, as you said, at the end of each turn to battle, they should have just given us one random G-Max that was, spawning.
Mate, throw me a Machamp, throw me a Snorlax. I didn't see my brothers all weekend. Yeah. They weren't there. They were non-existent. Yeah.
And
you said this about the rotating hours. The rotating hours felt pretty pointless.
Awful. But honestly, it just kind of felt really bad because the way that we played that event, by the end of Saturday, I was happy to never see an Eternatus ever again, ever. And then because of just how it worked out, we were helping the fucking locals out doing them, and it's like,
do you think it would have been better if it were a one-day event, just randomly throwing it out there?
Yes, but no.
Yeah.
Because I understand why they couldn't, because people that have commitments on the Saturday or work on a Saturday.
From a planning point of view, yeah, I get that. Yeah, but in terms of the actual event, obviously they rotated the G-Max and everything, but I mean, I guess from that point of view, they wouldn't have been able to cram all that G-Max into one weekend because it would have been a different argument entirely. That there wasn't enough time. We got half an hour. It would have been obviously the only way they'd done it half an hour of each one, which.
And then, I think from a selfish point of view, obviously, I'm proper, chuffed with how that weekend went. I'm really proud of my locals, and, thanks to everyone that came along for that event, because, my entire goal that I made very clear was I wanted my local community to be one of the few communities that had multiple people with level 50 turn tests, which we did. And for me, the bottom line is like it didn't give that hit of dopamine like that you expected, like when it was done. Do you know what I mean?
It was
like,
it was a relief. It was like,
fuck,
that's done. Yeah.
And like it was quite obvious even on like social media. Like, like normally you would expect to see people like ranting and raving, like like blah blah. I got my turn to level 50, and there was really just none of that. Like the hype was just not there.
We spoke about this at the time, and I think it was James that mentioned it. James, being your Woolwich community ambassador, but it was he was saying that a lot of the excitement was just not present because there was no encounters. So it was like there wasn't that initial like, oh, is it a hundo? No, on to the next one. Like you can understand, but you're not grinding. You're not grinding for an IV set. You're not even grinding for an encounter to re-roll. You're not grinding for an IV set at all in terms of straight from the raid, a trade because you can't trade them anyway, or at least like IVs from just from grinding it. Like the one that you've got is the best one that you've got. So it's either that's going to be the one you max or you don't.
Yeah, and then obviously because Thomas was down for that event, obviously you heard me even saying to my locals, like, look, like if you're not gonna
max
push
it
to level 50 it,
level 40
do the
it,
G maxes instead.
or at least level 40 it, get all the moves, and then maybe because when you went, we tried to there's a Blastoise here, we probably walked past 2-3 Eternatus on our way to a Blastoise because that's more useful. Like
it's just useful,
for both sides, for your Thomases, your MrAvalanches, your Jolies and Max Zeros that have got the maxed one, and also for your, I don't really know the names of your locals like that. For them, man, there, like the ones that are not gonna level 50 it, they're gonna get a Blastoise. They might get a good Blastoise with a background that they could lucky trade, or they might get a good one that's a Hundo, and it'll be useful for them. Like it made more sense. Obviously, you're not getting as much XP and stuff like that, but those sorts of players, I'm ready. Those sorts of players don't care about the XP. They want the stuff, man. Whether it's cosmetic or backgrounds and shiny, they want the things. They want to be like, oh, what? Because someone asked me, I think it was I can't remember who it was. They were like, what was your haul for the event? But I got a maxed out Eternatus and I think a shiny Gigantamax King with a background.
Yeah,
that's it, man. And the haul was just a fuck ton of XP and Stardust. But go on, what were you saying? Yeah, man. Let me just. I've not enjoyed this one as much as the manga one. I can't lie.
No, same. No, definitely not. I'm just gonna pull up the thread that I did. So for anyone that doesn't know, like normally after these big events, I kind of do, I guess, like my own sort of segment.
He recaps and leaves himself open on Twitter to get shot at or for people to agree with him.
But I do it for every big event. I just do. Well, literally in the format of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because I do like to share feedback. I also don't like to be
negative Nancy. Just a negative Nancy, Debbie Downer.
And generally speaking, like when I do them, I do kind of get the odd person that is straight up just disagrees with everything. But this was honestly like one of the posts that I put out where genuinely everyone had agreed with everything I said, and it popped off, man. Like it really did pop off. It's got like over 500 likes, like over 50,000 views. Like, but I do try to be fair in what I do because I don't think I think especially with how Niantic run as a company, having constructive feedback, they're going to take on board more. They're just straight up fucking bashing them, right?
It's about ultimately people are aggrieved, but you have to do it in the right way because just saying the game, this event was shit. Okay, granted, but why was it shit for you? What made it shit and what could have made it less shit? If we're being like succinct, like it's about growth and improvement. Like they're not going to gain. They're not going to gain anything from you just, like you said, just bashing it. Like at least throw them a bone so they know where they've gone wrong, and so they know not to do it again.
So I'm just going to crack the next one up open. The Dawa honey and cider.
I'll crack it open and give it a sniff and then finish this one. But yeah, like at least like, you know, fucking give them something. Like, there's no obligation, but at the same time, you don't have to go on Twitter and bash them. You felt the need to, but it's like, what is your bashing? All you're really doing is you're seeking approval. You'll be like, oh, this was shit, do better, and you want people to be like, yeah, this was horrible. Like, you're just creating a fucking echo chamber of people, like-minded people that are gonna agree with you, and it'll make you feel, oh yeah, I feel better about myself because I'm like, you know, this person agrees with me, that person agrees with me, like. Ultimately, if you have an issue, right, no one's saying that you're gonna phone up fucking my man, hey, fucking scope, like, sort it out. Like, at least try and do it in a productive sort of way. Like, you want change, you want improvement, you know, vent out your frustrations.
Yeah, give examples. Yeah.
Chat to your community ambassador if you need to, chat to whoever, and, you know, like, just do it in like a sort of, I'm not gonna say respectful way, because, you know, it's not always like that. I can understand there's people can be a bit, you know, pissed off by it, but, you know, if it's shit, at least try and give a reason why. You can't say it's because for some people there are reasons. Like, I know this is like very much off topic and a big tangent, but like the most recent event that we had was one of the recent ones was was the road trip, and people were like, oh, it's shit because of the weather. I'm like, how the fuck is that the game devs or community ambassadors' fault that the game was shit because of the weather in London? But I'm fucking born in London. I could tell you the weather's shit. That was before Pokemon Go was made. Yeah, so Pokemon Go doesn't determine the weather. So like, if you have reason, like genuine reason that you're aggrieved by something, you have grievances, air them out, but at least give them, because otherwise it's just words and they don't mean nothing. But right, speaking of words, let's have a look at ignite your originality, open up the powerful punch. Oh, they're all the same.
They're all the same.
Disclaimers on there. Honey, lemon juice, grated ginger. Okay.
This is gonna bang.
I was gonna say they like a bit of ginger in these ciders, but it's African, so of course they do. So well, that's nice. Yeah. Let me get this one down me first. And speaking of down, Crocodile has redeemed the shot.
So I'm gonna quickly just run through my thread because I feel like it does kind of sum up.
Well, I read the bastard, so I'm gonna go get my stuff for shot. But yeah, I was one of the first 20 to like. I'm just saying, I was there before it went viral.
Investing earlier. So for the good, I really like that it brought out a lot of old and new players, and especially in Woolwich. Shout out to the Woolwich community, you guys are amazing. It was the biggest meetup that we'd ever had, by quite a significant amount, which was really good. Both days were good. The drop off on Sunday was like very noticeable, I think. Which kind of sucks, but is what it is. The Max Battler box that they did was fucking brilliant. Like, amazing value and something that I wanted them to do. The only downside was you only got 3 total for the weekend. I feel like they should have made it 3 per day. There's no reason not to, in my opinion. It would have been great. Making the ones basically one ball catch with a W as well, because some of the G-Max are fuckers to catch and it just fucking takes ages. But yeah, so that was really good. I really liked the impact that the pass attack bonus made. I think the difference was noticeable, especially when we were kind of losing numbers. I think the level 3 bonuses made a massive difference with regards to being able to do them easier. And then that was what I had down for the good. Moving on to the bad, I really thought that the premium pass, it was just bad. It was really bad.
Could have been better. Could have been better. Could have been better for what you paid for. Yeah.
It was £15 in England, which is that's not cheap. Straight up, and I'm just going to say it right now. If you had the ticket for Global Go Fest, it should have been free. Like 100%, it should have been free. It's a Go Fest finale. Why are we paying for it?
Can I just say, while we're on the topic of price, obviously, again, we'll go into the details of the most recently announced event, Go Wild area. But the global cost of that event is £12. Just putting it out there, and that's like a whole global ticket. And this was this is simply just an additional if you wanted the Eternatus. But they didn't really give you much choice. Right, I'm just going to do the shot that Quack redeemed. and then we're gonna get down
Oh,
this.
that's peng. Oh, that is banging.
So I'm a drink behind. I just had a shot. Let me get on this next cider. But yeah, so for context, yeah, I agree. If like I said, if they're gonna piggyback it on GoFest, right, and it's a global event because you didn't have to go anywhere specifically in person to do it. No park, no nothing, no citywide, no nothing. They should have made it as part of it. You know, like we had to pay again because you have to pay for the global ticket as well. Like it's mad.
Yeah. And my biggest problem was the encounters. The encounters from the premium pass were awful. Like, for me, there's no reason why those encounters shouldn't have been G-Max encounters or legendary Dynamax encounters. £15 on top of a £12 global ticket, it just felt bad. Bad. Well, you tried it?
No, but is it supposed to smell like sour? It's honey in it, so I thought it smelled sweet. It smells sour. Dour honey. Like,
no.
What's the... Broski, it smells sour. There's because
it's got lemon juice and grated ginger and apple juice in it.
I thought it was going to be a sweet one still. No, this is a...
Come on, chin chin.
Chin chin.
Chin chin.
I don't know if I want to put it in my mouth, but I do.
Yeah, and the drink.
What's it? Double take, yeah.
No, it's peng.
You know, I'm scared when you bolt up, right? I'm just like...
Yeah.
Because of some of the stuff you've done off cam. Pause. Meat
but
and
yeah, to move on, they said in the blog post that on the weekend, the Dynamax battles were going to be less likely to appear. And that was not the case. That was literally not the case.
That was the biggest load of horse shit ever, yeah.
Like some of the hours was borderline like unplayable because, you know, I think in boys where we played, I thought we had a really good
there was a good density. There was a good power stop density, yeah.
And mate, there were some hours where there was three fucking G-Max total.
Yeah, but it was like fucking surrounded by like Articuno.
Yeah.
And even like I think one of them where it was like right, we had the choice between Eternatus and like Dynamax Latte. I think a load of us just jumped in a load of lobbies and did Dynamax Latte because it was at least we're getting something. But yeah, there was a lot more Dynamax than expected.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then to follow on from that, the whole idea of like the spotlight Pokemon for the hour, it just didn't work. It was a pointless feature. So on my notes here, that we had like over 20 power spots while we were playing, and on 2 occasions we only had one of the spotlight G-Max Pokemon for half an hour,
and the rest was
that's just not good.
Yeah.
Like at that point, scrap the spotlight Pokemon and just throw everything in the mix. Just throw everything in the mix because it's pointless otherwise, right?
What do you think of if they're gonna have it as a weekend event, a 2-day event? What do you think of them one day? Again, it still logistically wouldn't work, but like having a day where it's dedicated to Eternatus and a day dedicated to the G-Max, but I guess there's too many G-Max, so they had to spread them.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah, spread them.
Yeah. They wouldn't be able to ram it all in.
Yeah, but yeah, it was just fucking pointless. It was pointless. Like, there's no reason why they shouldn't have been able to code in to just kind of distribute them on properly. You know, like, you know, anyone that's big into like the Wayfair and stuff, you know, we know how the cells work. Like, there's no reason why they couldn't have taken the data per cell and then just distributed it evenly, like that way with some form of coding. Like, it's like, you know, realistically, if they can do it for like raid days where they make one mon spawn on every gym, like realistically, you know, they can do it.
As well,
you know, they can do it. Okay, so bear in mind, this is still in the bad. Like, we're not even on to like the ugly yet. I also really fucking disliked that the Go Pass Deluxe did not affect the G-Max shiny rates. Like, after 5 days straight of Dynamax, like, to then give us increased shiny rates on just Dynamax, it just felt like a bit of a kick in the teeth, to be honest. Like,
how many shiny G-Max did you get for the event?
I got 5, but I feel like that was quite lucky, like, all in all.
Were any maybe got more than that. Well, just out of interest, were any like remotely? just out of interest. Not that it really.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Like so I purely just did mine. I did like a couple like before and after, but I would class myself as saying I didn't remote that much during the event. I got two. I got a big man Blastoise and I got a shiny Kingler with a background. That rip. Like.
Yeah. It just felt bad. Like, bear in mind that as a community across the weekend we did over 200 in-person GMAX events. Like, to not have increased shiny odds, like, come on, man. Like, just do better. Like, in an event where the entire point of it is to do GMAX, like, why is it increased for Dynamax? Like, stupid. Like, I mean, for me, genuinely, looking back, I wish on the Sunday we'd have just done, like, Zacian Zamazenta raids. Straight up, I wish we would have just done that.
We did them as filler when it was like, right, they're literally, we don't want to do an Eternatus, we don't want to do a Dynamax. It was like, we'll just use Zacian and Zam as filler until it resets, and hopefully there's one of the fucking advertised mons. And we got a decent hour out of Cinderace, which was obviously at 3 o'clock. That was just not long after you left. We got a decent hour of Cinderace, that I was happy with. But all the others, I'm like, didn't see my boy Machamp, didn't see Snorlax. Didn't even see a great. We saw a bit of Gengar, but didn't see a lot of these. Didn't see a lot of these mons that were supposed to be in the rotation.
Yeah, and then my next point was that the field research was fucking garbage. It was fucking bad. It was really bad. Whoever okayed those field research, like, need to give their fucking head a wobble. Like, honestly, it was just fucking tragic. Like. You got, what was it, like 80 Eternatus candy for unlocking a max move. But bear in mind, like, by that point,
it's like 100 or something. But not a massive amount.
Like, bear in mind, like, at that point, like, people are already fucking prepared, basically. And if you got nothing good, like, you're wasting particles. You know, assuming you're not doing Zacian Zamazenta, which you could have done, but
which is just Stardust and Candy, yeah.
But I feel like most people did that prior to the event to be ready. So you basically wasting particles that could get you into a G-Max battle to get candy. Like, just fucking stupid. Like, waste of time. But yeah, that's the bad section. Moving on to the ugly. This is quite a hefty bit. So my first part for the ugly section was having no encounter to the end of Eternatus battles just made the weekend a struggle. Would have been a million times better if they'd given us a complete random G-Max encounter. As a reward. We said before, I think that's a no-brainer. And then for the finale weekend, I feel like they should have lowered the price of particle cost to enter a G-Max battle by a considerable amount, or drastically increase the amount of particles
because they lowered when you hit certain bonuses. Sorry to interrupt, but when you hit certain bonuses in a tiers, they reduced the cost in powering up moves and unlocking moves. So I'm like, why couldn't, like, some of the G-Maxes, like, in person, it'd be an 800, and why couldn't that scale down to, like, 600? Like, you have to think, like, you're still, like, every, instead of, you're saving, like, 200, so you do 4, and that's enough for you to do, like, the 5th one for free. Like, I don't understand why they didn't. If they can reduce costs for powering stuff up and maxing moves out and everything, they could have done the same for the actual battles.
And then I ran the math, so if you didn't buy the deluxe pass and only did the free stuff, you only got to do you got to do 11 G-Max encounters across the weekend, which for a finale, that is dog shit. That is fucking horrific. Like, I don't know why that's bad.
That's for us. That was what? Was that an hour's gameplay?
Yeah, like, if that, but obviously the way we played, like, we did smash it, but like, not even hour's gameplay. The ugly as well was the drop off of players on Sunday but Saturday was really noticeable for me. I think after a lot of people had played the Saturday,
they couldn't be
a lot of people had the mindset of well, I'm not gonna be able to power up my Eternatus, so I'm just not gonna do it. Like I said, the drop off in players from the Saturday to the Sunday was considerable. Like, and it shouldn't be like that. It should be consistent, I think. And then I kind of followed up with, like, a summary of, basically, I really hope they don't do an event like this again, unless they really take some community feedback in. and seriously adjust it. But yeah, I think if we see an event like that again, genuinely, I will do my free stuff and call it a day there, because it just didn't. It just wasn't worth it. I really don't think it was worth it. And I think for a finale, like as you said, like we've had all this build up to an event that you basically don't have a choice. You either pay to enjoy it, or you don't pay and you completely miss out. And that, to me, isn't what GoFest is about. GoFest is supposed to be for everyone to take part in. And, it's not even like the spawns were good. So if you ran out of particles, you were going to stick around and walk around with the group. Like, it just became completely redundant, you know? And, if you paid £15 for a ticket, to take part, like, that feels bad, man. Like, that feels real fucking bad, like I said, in my eyes, it was the worst event they've ever done. I don't even think it's remotely close. I think it was pretty fucking horrific. And if I know this is a very extreme example of it, but when you really deep it, right, if we'd have only done the free ones, like for this weekend, like you basically could have paid to attend a city safari, like with the money that you basically sank into 1 month. It's
like what? City safari. Oh, you're including like travel there as well.
Yeah, easy, 100%.
Oh, the price.
Easily.
Well, I know we were speaking about Valencia, sort of off topic. Me and Lee Eats Wood in the chat, but yeah, but the amount we pay for Valencia, in terms of like accommodation and the flight and the actual in-game tickets, you're probably not far off how much you paid to max your Eternatus, which is mental.
Yeah, mate, crazy, fucking absolutely fucking crazy to think about. And I think that, but then, fair enough. I guess it's kind of on us that we kind of didn't take that initiative. But then I kind of feel like it's kind of like being like Alice in Wonderland. Like once you're down the rabbit hole, you're not coming out the rabbit hole till the job's done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking, it is very. I don't know, it's just kind of demoralizing. And, like I say, when you really fucking deep it, it's like the money that you've paid to play in Woolwich, like, you could have paid to go to fucking Spain, What's this say?
Oh, nothing that important. But yeah, no, literally, like, with the amount, like, if you're someone that doesn't really mind, like, on how much you're spending and stuff, okay, maybe you can spend a bit more on your accommodation and all stuff like that. But yeah, pretty much it wasn't a cheap weekend. Let's be real.
Yeah. So someone in the chat said they remoted the full event to get level 47 with max move 3 Eternatus, around £300. Brother, £300 is your flight, accommodation, and event ticket to Valencia. Like, with change left over, like 100%. Which is, it does kind of feel bad, Like, and I'll be honest, I don't want to disclose how many coins I went through at the weekend, to be honest, because it does kind of feel bad. Like, it really does feel bad. And to a point, it is on me that I decided to kind of go through with that. Well, we spoke about this before. I think the only saving grace to this event was the people. Like, it was so good to see so many new faces out, who were enjoying themselves, having a good time and getting involved. And, but, that's the thing that we've said consistently for years. Well, nearly 2 years since the podcast has been going now, that, that, like, without the community, this game is nothing. And, I do think that kind of proved it this weekend, because, if we didn't have a group that size, I haven't finished mine yet. Fucking hell, you polished that one off. Without having those people around, like, honestly, like, I do think we would have, like, jacked that event in, like, way earlier and just gone to the pub instead.
And that's what we did for the for the road trip, but that was almost like the complete opposite. Do you not think of this like the event we've just had, like free event, right? A lot of stuff like increased, like the difference between a free event and what was basically a very much paid experience for the weekend. It was like, you know, like you said, we've been getting the extremes over these past couple months. Like, you know, the road trip. I know, because looking through Cerebi and doing a bit of digging on previous in-person events, the road trip was something that they'd implemented in the past, but it never really, you know, never really banged. But the way that they did it this time round, obviously there could have been some improvements and whatnot, but in terms of a free event, I think was great. You know, background stuff, shinies.
Yeah,
like, I think it was good. For a free event, it was good.
Yeah, well, I mean, to reiterate your point here, obviously they are very different.
They are very different, yeah.
Very different, but then it just goes to show, like, the power of marketing. Like, in my opinion, I thought they marketed...
Road trip shit.
The road trip, it looked horrific. Like, on paper, looked fucking awful. And genuinely, turned out to be one of my favourite events that I've done. It was a great event.
I enjoyed it,
and, you know, compared to the Go Fest finale, which marketed...
They bigged up Max Finale. Yeah, like end game content, big bumper car, Eternatus. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, was just shit. Like, to put it bluntly, it was fucking trash.
So what's the moral? What's the moral of this story?
Just don't get sucked in, basically.
Don't get sucked.
By fucking, you know, don't get sucked in by market events. And you know, if these kind of events come around again, you know, kind of think that, you know, a few weeks after there's going to be an in-person event. So, you know, maybe instead of investing into into a global event that is quite clearly monetization, treat yourself to a fucking weekend away for an in-person event. Go to
Amsterdam, go to Valencia, you know, just go in it. Like, if you're going to spend that money anyway and drop it into a global event, you might as well drop it into an in-person event. Or if you're going to drop it into a global event, like, do it somewhere nice, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't just...
Yeah, like Woolwich.
Yeah, that's what I did,
but, yeah, so, yeah, that kind of covers the Go Fest night. Mate, fucking hell, I didn't realize we've been going an hour and 20.
This is
okay,
nice.
Is it?
Yeah,
Hang on, I'm just trying to get glass out.
This is nice, man. This is a serious cider. Tropical mixed cider. Ingredientes. Pineapple juice, passion fruit juice, lime juice. There's a lot of juice here. Apple juice, hella juice. Dodie's just seen the pin. Yeah, this one's good. This is I don't know. This is probably, I don't know if this is better than the mango and chili one, but this is a very, very good one. And it's a shame that, you know, we're probably going to end up talking about how shit the sort of September Go Pass was, but then we've got Go Wild stuff to talk about as well. So I guess that's a happy ending.
To be fair, that is what I actually wanted to talk about next. I wanted to kind of go into a more positive thing.
Yeah.
Let's. In fact, because I went through the seasons. Do you want to go through the wild area stuff, like what's going on?
Do I have to?
Yes.
Okay.
Your turn. Do your damn job.
I do my job. You know.
By the way, mate.
You know who doesn't do his job? Yeah.
Job.
He doesn't. But anyway, Go Wild area. So that's been announced.
Oh, that's nice.
That is nice. That's very very delightful.
It tastes like Lil.
I fucking love Lil. I love Little Lil.
So same here. So
can I just talk about this cider for my segment? I wanna talk about this Dickens cider.
Okay, right. So just quickly.
Go on quickly.
Just quickly, because I'm fairly certain of this. Let's go through our rank these 4 ciders.
We're blind ranking ciders.
Yeah, no. So line the cans up in the order. So 1 to 4, right? Because I am fairly certain that we're gonna have the same order here. Are you going? What are you doing?
What's that? Oh shit! I had loads more of that Dawa honey left. I thought I poured the whole thing. I thought I went through that quick.
Yeah, I was like, fuck me, man, fucking skip that.
No, well, we've skipped one. We skipped after. I think that probably sums it up then, right? Because I picked the only reason I noticed because I picked these 2 cans up and I was gonna bring them together. I picked this one up. I'm like, Fucking hell, this can's heavy. There's still fucking some in it. Oh shit, that will get polished off.
Okay. Okay, so should we start from number 4?
Okay.
No, don't put it on the camera.
But holding up. Okay, number 4. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Okay, one sec.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2,
yours
1.
isn't mine then.
Number 4. What, you put the honey in last?
Yeah, man.
See, I hate mulled wine, so that's why I don't like that.
Okay.
Okay, so number 3. 3, 2, 1.
We've gone the other way around, basically. Okay, yeah.
Okay. So number 2. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, really? Oh, my likes the tropical. So then the first place is. I am very surprised by that. I'm very surprised by that.
We got both 50-50s wrong. It was so different. So fucking different. The odds in that are so literally like so even. But anyway, yeah. Go Wild area. So obviously last year, where was the in-person Go Wild area last year? I can't even remember. Yeah, what he said. And then obviously they had a global edition, as they always do with these big events, for those that obviously cannot afford to go or cannot get the time off to go or just don't fucking fancy it. So yeah, this year's one is going to be in Nagasaki. So
Nagasaki,
another big event in Japan. So obviously they've had the in-person Go Fest, Osaka, and now they've got the Go Wild area. They seem to like. I saw someone saying, "Oh, they seem to like Japan for these events and stuff." It's like, let's double take. So let's double take. So it's one of those things where it's like, right, Go Fest, they've had in New Jersey, and then the previous 2 they had in New York, New Jersey. For American Go Fest. How is this any different? At least they've done different cities in Japan. Like, or at least they've done different cities, like, you know, in that, or different, you know, big cities in that continent. Not everything's in fucking New York. And then it's like, they do the same for, like, the PvP events. It's like, right, you know, EUIC, European International Championships, before it was in Germany, and then the last 3 years, you know, and probably due to be 4 years, it's in London. Because realistically, there's only a select amount of like countries or like cities or capital cities that can, you know, accommodate these big events. Like, you're not gonna have one. You ain't gonna. I was literally just gonna say you ain't gonna have a random event in Brixton, but they literally had London Go Fest in Brixton, so I can't use that example. But they're not gonna have like a random event in somewhere in the arse end of nowhere that hasn't either got like a big country park or, you know, isn't like big in terms of like, you know, like a citywide experience. Like, they're gonna make it in places that generally people will want to go. Like, they're not just gonna. Yeah. They're not just gonna put it in fucking anywhere.
Yeah. Well, so the weird thing about Nagasaki is it's a very small city. Very small city.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, kind of just before we get into the actual details of the global, the wild area in person / global, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter straight up like not going because there is legitimately no fucking hotels left in the entire city at all. There is none. I read somewhere that the nearest hotel to Nagasaki City is an hour and a half train ride away because it's a very remote city and there is nothing but mountains around it.
You know what? Hour and a half. If you I actually don't think that's that bad. No, I'm joking. That is quite bad. That's not.
No, that is kind of bad.
Bro, I thought you were gonna say you had to like fucking get on a plane or some shit like from your hotel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. Well, yeah, basically, yeah. Like an hour and a half away is like
a flight.
An hour and a half away will take you to Fukuoka. Yeah. So you would then either get the bullet train or get a plane, which is like kind of fucking crazy. But yeah. Let's quickly run through what's happening, Thomas.
Let's have a look. So last year's Go Wild area, the theme or the sort of featured Pokemon, the one that got its debut, was Toxtricity. That was in Dynamax battles, that was in Gigantamax battles, it was in raids, which meant in turn that the spawns were poison and electric, so they rotated in and out, so that was quite That's outrageous what I've just seen there. So yeah, the spawns were based on that Toxtricity, and obviously Toxtricity, you know, being the electric type, it was based on like it's I'm trying to think. It's like a Rockstar Pokemon. It's got like that sort of look. So that meant that we got Snorlax with the Rockstar jackets, and you know, we got like Rockstar Pikachus and another Pikachu with like a, you know, a dress, like a, I don't know what episode of Rockstar, maybe a Popstar Pikachu. That's the one. So this time it's Grimmsnarl. So that means Grimmsnarl is obviously a Dark Fairy dual type. So that's going to be quite good. And I'm pretty sure, does it have a G-Max? Am I making that up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, it does.
It's
fucking cool.
Even though they've not specifically announced what's in raids, what's in max battles, I'm pretty sure if anything's last year events, they've announced the raids.
Yeah.
No, not the legend. They've just announced the shadow raids. That's it. Surely they've.
Yeah.
That ain't it though. That can't just be it. Think about last year. You had Pikas, you had Snorlax, you had Origins, you had Primals, you had Toxtricities, Max Battles. Like there's more. There's more. There's got to be, man.
I don't know.
There's got to be, Josh, man. There's got to be. I know. I'm not having it. There's not just Shadow Raid. They can't do that to me. But anyway, I mean, I'll go on to my theory and what I think they are. In a bit, but yeah, Grimmsnarl, so obviously the spawns are very fairy and dark oriented. We've got so that's their debut, so obviously we're getting the whole Grimmsnarl line. New shinies, you've got unknown shiny W, so that's literally a W for us, new shiny. You've got I can never say this Pokemon's name right. You've got Haterni, or Haterni or whatever it is as a shiny, and then you've got the little Donny that's you know, the first form of Grimmsnarl. I don't know that region too well.
Just to fact check here.
Go on.
Sorry, which unknowns did you say there were? The new ones?
Well, it said the new shiny was shiny unknown W according to the infographic.
Okay.
As in new shiny. Like the others are obviously increased incense spawns, but the other shinies, like it spells wild, except that we haven't had access to shiny W yet, but we've had access to shiny I, L, and D.
Yeah. Okay. Because I think I read something somewhere that something was wrong on the infographic, but I don't remember what it was exactly. But it was something to do with the unknowns. But sorry.
Fair enough. And then so that's that. And then mighty Pokemon are back. So for those of you that don't know what mighty Pokemon are. Basically, their Pokemon are likely to, you know, have very high IV floors. So you could I literally caught a Hundo Electivire in the wild, and it was like, I think I only had to power it up a few times until level 50. They're hard to catch as a result because with the, you know, with the higher CP and everything, you know, obviously indicates higher levels, so it's harder to catch. Treat it almost like a raid boss encounter if you really give a shit about catching them. They're more likely to be bigger as well, like XXL, so they'll be good for the showcases, and it can be shiny. You behave, your eyebrows. Also, speaking of big, a big W for this event, go the Safari Balls. The Safari Balls were awesome last time because it meant that you could literally zip through raids. It was catching it, if not in one ball, at least two balls. It was pretty much nearly almost guaranteed catch because the Safari Balls are pretty cracked. The mighty Pokemon that you're seeing, so I'll go through them as quick as I can. On the Saturday, you're seeing a mixture of Fairy and Dark on both days, which is quite nice. Wigglytuff, Galarian Rapidash. You've got Tyranitar, Mawile, Absol, Golurk, the one that fully evolves from Haterni, I never know its fucking name, Obstagoon, and then you've got Meowscarada, and then on the Sunday you've got Alolan Ninetales, Galarian Weezing, I was going to say Pitbull, it's Gramble, Houndoom, Gardevoir, Honchkrow, Garchomp, random one Garchomp because it doesn't really fit either typing, but I ain't going to complain with Garchomp. You've also got Drapion, and you've got Weavile. So those are the mighty Pokemon. And in terms of incense encounters, you've got a lot of those Pokemon I've just mentioned on the incense encounters as well. In terms of the stuff you're getting and the bonuses, so you get up to three raid passes per day, free stuff. Can't complain. Can you make an argument there should be more? Don't know what the raid bosses are yet, so you could make an argument they could do up to 9. I feel like up to 9 is usually the right amount. No, Mo, there's gonna be more, man. Don't listen. It's my segment, man. Right.
Okay.
Right. You have a bit afterwards. Right. My turn. Right. You got event themed field research, which is nice as well. 3 event snapshots, encounters per day. We don't know what we're getting in the snapshots.
What did we get in the snapshots this year?
The one that went Pikachu's, isn't it? Rockstars.
Oh,
Rockstar Pikachu's, but I don't know if they have not mentioned. There's no mention of any featured or themed or costume Pikachu in this event. Again, because they're waiting to announce the raid bosses, and they'll be there too. So, yeah, relax, man. Max particle collection limit increased to 1600.
Which kind of insinuates we're going to get a G-Max, right?
We're getting G-Max Grimmsnarl. It's going to be G-Max Grimmsnarls, and also with Toxtricity, we got the debut of Dynamax Drillbur and Excadrill. So we're going to get something that is good against them. So I'm thinking, Dark Fairy is very unique
niche
typing. Very unique typing. So what are we going to... What one thing beats that? It'll just be... We'll just get another Fairy, surely. We'll just get a Fairy... We'll probably get Hattanies and stuff. Actually, thinking about we've already got them Dynamax, so it's not even. They usually debut something, or they might just because that might just be the best Dynamax thing to have. But don't quote me on that. That's just speculation. Right, stuff that we do know though that isn't speculation. Shadow raids. So on the Saturday, Shadow Cresselia, Shadow obviously available.
That's a W.
Is it Shiny Crest?
Yeah, man. It's a great mon for Great League. Great mon. It's solid. Solid mon. You're gonna have the opportunity to get plenty of them. It's a W, man.
Yeah, but you. I don't. The thing is, you don't really want a shadow.
Wait. Hang on. Right. Let me cook. It's not that you necessarily want a shadow, but that's fine. But basically, you're going to have more of a chance getting a PvP IV from a shadow raid than you would from randomly trading it.
But are they not going to increase because it's a raid and the floor's not going to be higher?
No,
or they're going to drop
the floor's like 555 or something like that.
Maybe. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. No, okay. You're right.
Not even right.
Yeah. No, fair enough. But even still, me personally, not overly buzzed about Shadow Cresselia. It'd be a nice one to 666. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right. Not too bad then. But the one I'm more excited about is Shadow Darkrai. Because you can't trade the bastard anyway. So it's not even like, it's a shadow, you can't trade it. You can't trade the normal one anyway. So the fact that it's shadow, it's just a better version of it for raids. It's not really PvP viable at the minute because it's quite frail. Or until they give it like a bait move or something. There might become a time and a place where Darkrai is meta relevant for PvP and Go Battle League. But until then, it's still a very good raid count to have. Very good dark Pokemon to use for your ghost raid bosses. Obviously, it's resisting the ghost moves back. I like that. I like that a lot. Before I go on to eggs, not that it's followed suit with last year's theme, because last year's raid bosses were obviously the Pikas, the Snorlax, so that was the whole Rockstar Toxtricity theme, yada yada. We'll get maybe something similar this time. Whether they give us the new Pikachu or not, we don't know. In terms of the actual legendary, whether they do primals again, that would be another thing, because it's Go Wild area, so they like to cram everything in. In terms of the actual legendary raid bosses, I have a feeling that it will be Xerneas and Yveltal. Just to not because it follows the theme, but that's not a precedent they've set. That's sort of just my justification for my theory. If you guys have your own theories, feel free to let us know.
Sorry, just to fact check you here. There wasn't Pikachu's in the raids last year.
There weren't in the raids.
No. On the Saturday, it was Jackets, Snorlax, Luxray, Scolipede, and on the Sunday it was Venusaur, Jacket, Snorlax, and Electivire, and then it was Toxtricity and Toxtricity Loki in 4-star, Origin Form, Dialga Palkia in 5 stars, and then Primal Kyogre, Primal Groudon in Primal raids.
Okay, so that means in terms of raids, I reckon we'll get some of the stuff that we're seeing as mighty Pokemon. I'm suspecting we might see T-Tar raids. We might see, I reckon for some reason we'll see Meowscarada, Galarian Weezing. I think we'll see. Maybe Garchomp as well. Those 4 would be like my strong sort of predictions for raids based off that. But in terms of the eggs, 5k eggs, you get a Mime Jr., Sandile. I forgot his name for a minute. The fucking one that evolves into King Gambit. Pawniard, Carbink, Tinkertink, and... Mate, I should probably check. The one that evolves into Grimmsnarl eventually.
Is it Impy something?
Impy something? Yeah, Impy Dink or Impy something. Impy Dimp. Yeah, so ticket holders have an increased chance of receiving 5k eggs from spinning stops in gyms, which is quite nice.
So my only qualm here, just take Carbink out of those eggs.
There's
no reason for Carbink to be there.
Just had it for Go Fest.
Like Mime Junior, I get because it's a regional to a lot of people, but yeah, take Carbink out. Or
Sandile, I get it's dark because Crocodile is dark. Yeah.
Or make it so it's an increased chance to hatch the new one as opposed to the other ones.
Yeah, I understand why they've put Carbink in because it's another fairy that some people are still going to want. But regardless, if you've done the Go Fest and whatnot, it's probably not what you're looking for.
Or the other 20 events.
Yeah, route play obviously because it came out in Go Fest 2 years ago, and then they featured the shiny in-person Go Fest this year. In terms of route play, Pokemon will appear more frequently on routes, and you can also earn additional buddy candy. I'm still not doing routes. Habitats. So you've got the dark habitat. So they've not named it, which is kind of lame to be fair. I guess it's just the dark habitat. They've not given it a cool name. Maybe last year they didn't have cool names. Maybe that's just a Go Fest thing. You've got Alolan Meowth, Alolan Grimer, Houndour. You've got Sneasel, Ghastly, Murkrow, Nincada, Fungus, Zoroark, Dino, Inkay. I love that they've put Inkay upside down on the graphic. That's quite cool. Phantom, Impidimp, and Dreepy. All can be shiny apart from Dreepy. And then this Fairy Hour, these can all be shiny apart from one as well, so that's quite nice. A lot of shinies available if you don't have them or you just want the spares. Got Alolan Vulpix, Alolan Ponyta, Togetic, Cherubi or Dino, Esper, Dedenne, Klefki, which obviously can't be shiny, regional for those that don't have. And you've got a Popplio, Cutiefly, Marill, Impidimp, Hatenny, and I don't know why I skipped Smoliv, but yeah, Smoliv. Yeah. Not bad. Some of them you might think on a Community Day Mons or you've had this and that, but I guess, I think the main thing with this event is I remember the spawns not being amazing last year. I don't think this is a very spawn-focused event. I think there are other good enough stuff in this event. Like you've got Pokemon debuts, new shinies, Safari Balls, new Shadow Raids. I think there's stuff like that. It's like you're probably just going to be maybe catching the stuff in between, so it's not that big a deal. But in terms of bigger deal, if you want to get the ticket exclusive stuff for the fairly reasonable price, I would say, of $11.99.
I think this is a great ticket, to be fair.
I think it's quite good. You get additional instant spawns of the unknowns W, I, L, and D, spelling wild to coincide with it being Go Wild area. And you're also getting the Lake Trio of Uxie, Mesprit, and what's my man called? Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf. Yeah, I always forget Azelf. Relevant. Which is quite cool. And then a web store bonus. If you get the ticket off the web store, you get a Flower Crown, which...
Dead.
Dead. And then... So we mentioned about the max particle collection limit being 1,600 if you don't have the ticket. So yeah, I forgot to preface all the stuff that I said before. That's all the stuff you're getting for free, and all that stuff all that stuff I said you were getting for free. This is the stuff you haven't got to pay for, but this is the paid experience. So your max particle collection limit doubles from 1,600 for the free to play to 3,200, which is equivalent to 4 Gigantamax battles, which with the nature of this event, maybe you only do a handful of Gmax battles anyway. Maybe you're not too fussed about Grimmsnarl, but I mean, wherever I'm playing it. I would like to be doing a fair amount of Grimmsnarls. And it's also 3/4 of the cost to unlock and power up max moves. Great, fantastic. So it's cheaper to invest in your. It's fantastic to, those that obviously might be strapped in terms of particles, don't buy the packs, but are able to buy this ticket because it's cheaper for them to invest in the stuff. Increase max particles and power stops and exploration, so that's quite good as well. Up to 6 raid part. Okay, so you got 3. That's not 6 extra, is it? So you get 3 for free, and then you get 6 if you get the pay. So you get 3 more.
I hope not. That kind of sucks otherwise.
Because it says up to 6, but well, you might get 9, you might get 6. I don't know, the wording's a bit. But yeah, you get some free passes. And then you get 3 more snapshot encounters per day, which makes me think that you get 3 more raid passes per day. Yeah, and about the flower crown, obviously you wouldn't get it if it were gifted because you've not purchased the ticket through the web store, so you can't gift through the web store. So that goes without saying. You could choose your path, so similar to last year, you choose your type, and that's supposed to tailor your event in terms of the encounters on the special research side. Am I making that up? Like, you're supposed to maybe, like, not in terms of what you see on the map, but in terms of like your actual special research. Like,
I'm not 100% sure,
because I think you choose a path and then you'll get my man Willow, or if they have someone else chatting to you, and it's like, right, you pick, and then it's like you do this, and then the tasks will most likely be the same, maybe a few iterations, dark instead of fairy, fair instead of dark, and then that will obviously determine your encounters that you get on that special research. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I can't remember what they were last year, and obviously we've not seen what the special research is this year, so we're sort of waiting on that one a bit. Increased shiny chance, believe it when I see it. Lore modules will last 2 hours. That's a weird number, to be fair. Usually it's 3 hours.
I kind of feel like that should be free anyway, to be honest.
3 hours. 3 hours. That's a weird number. 2 hours, because to cover the entirety of the event, what is it? It's technically looking at it, it's an 8-hour event. You'd need 4. If it was 3 hours, you don't need 3, and you'd have an hour extra. So, okay, maybe not that weird then. 2 times catch candy. It's nice. Half hatch distance. It's good to get rid of maybe some of those eggs you've been holding on to for a while. I looked at Eva's eggs the other day. She has an egg from 2020.
I love that. That's banging.
Yeah, I might have to get rid of that. Just see you can't see what's in it as well. It's that old because obviously
I keep it. It's a relic.
No, but there's another one. There's a 2021 one that you can't see as well because obviously only afterwards did they show the odds of what you can get in the eggs. Yeah, man. So you got some
keep it.
Old eggs. And you got up to 6 special trades each day and reduced trade costs. So yeah, we love spending less dust on the same stuff. Yeah. Overall, there's still some stuff that they're yet to announce in terms of the raid bosses, what the actual special research paths entail. Yeah, I think it's a good event. I think it's I'm liking this more than like the tour events, if that makes sense.
I have some pretty, I wouldn't say controversial. I think that's
strong views.
I think this event is better than a Go Fest. I really do. I think this event looks fucking brilliant.
Define better. Would you say it's better for like if you were to make this your first event, or you're a brand new player, or you're looking to maybe go to, maybe not in person because Japan's a lot, but first big event?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the event to play. I think, honestly, like the Mighty Pokemon Safari Balls, I just think they're fucking brilliant. Yeah, I think that's such a good idea. It gives newer players, a lane of access to be able to get mons that are, kind of relevant to use, throughout their entire game experience, which I just think is fucking great.
Stuff like Tita, Gardevoir, Garchomp, Weavile, they're all relevant. Like I think they always will be in some way. Mawile as a mega.
That's what I was going to say. Even the stuff with the megas. So you got Tita, Mawile, you got Absol, you've got Gardevoir, you've got Houndoom, you've got Garchomp. Like, you know, it gives you access to a good IV Mega Pokemon that is going to be relevant.
Well, without having to, I know you can do your free pass without having to raid for it, essentially.
Yeah, you know, and they're basically going to be powered up already when you catch them, which I just think is a dub. To be honest, I think the spawns are fucking great as well. There's a lot of like really cool stuff in there, with not so much filler as a Go Fest. I feel like Go Fest, there's too much filler. But I like this event because there's, like, on paper there's not too much going on. I feel like Go Fest can be a little bit overwhelming if you kind of don't know what you want from the event. So, like, obviously other people's experience will differ to ours because, you know, for us, you know, we like to raid, so we're going to focus raids. But, you know, if you're kind of, you know, free to play or a more casual player, it can be very overwhelming and daunting to kind of decide, you know, oh, do I want to do this? Do I need to do that? It's, you know, I just think this event is really good. I think it is better than a Go Fest, and seeing the way that they've taken it this year, I honestly think there is an argument for next year to skip in-person Go Fest and do it in-person Wild Area, because of two main reasons. One, like I said, the event just looks better straight up, and secondly, it's outside of the summer sort of holidays, so your travel and accommodation to these events are going to be significantly cheaper than what you're going to pay for a Go Fest, which takes place in the summer, which, you know, summer holidays, you know, for parents and families, you know, kids off school. Yeah. You know, I do think there is genuinely a really strong argument to skip in-person Go Fest.
They'll never do it though, because it's Go Fest for them for, you know, ever since they had the game and whatnot. They did the first one. It's been their sort of big culmination.
Yeah, I'm talking about for players, you know, like you and me.
As in if you had to make a choice, are you saying?
Yeah.
Sorry. It made it seem like you were saying, that could have been me reading into it too much, that instead of like an in-person Go Fest, instead of like the multiple locations for an in-person Go Fest, maybe have multiple locations for Go. Yeah. That's what I thought you meant. Sorry.
I think in terms for us, like players like us, you know, that, you know, we kind of don't have to take into consideration, like, you know, the kids off school, you know, like, so we can go type thing. You know,
sometimes I do. Make of that what you will. But
what the hell? But yeah, you know, I do think there's a really strong case for it. I like that. The only thing that bothers me about this is the paid ticket increases the shiny chance. I think that should be included anyway.
Yeah.
In my opinion, for these events, if you want to get the add-on, it should be more of a not even cosmetic. It should enhance your experience.
Yeah, these add-ons are always like enhancements.
Yeah, but not take away from anyone else's experience, so to speak, right?
Yeah, if someone goes out the same amount of time as you and they've got the ticket and you haven't, you know, but then they get more shinies, but you were the one with the ticket, then it's like, it feels kind of bad. I remember they had it in the past with some of the global Go Fests, that like the spawns, like if you look at like the spawns of someone with the ticket and the spawns of someone without the ticket, they're similar, but so like I think there was one where it was like a Pikachu hat, Charmander, and then I remember someone clicking on their one and they only had the normal Charmander because they didn't have the ticket and it was shiny. So it's like, you don't want other people to feel like they're being, you know, hard done by, because like if you get that ticket, you're expecting, like, you might be expecting too much in terms of shinies, whereas at least if you're getting extra raid passes, you're able to collect extra max particles, you can see and you know that happens for a fact. Whereas shiny rates, the key word is rates, it's all relative. Like, you don't know if you're guaranteed to, you know, you could make a strong argument afterwards, I caught X amount over the weekend, did X amount of raids, X amount of max battles, this is the amount of shinies I got, they weren't boosted shinies. And then someone else that had the ticket, they might, you know, sort of just dismiss your argument altogether because they had loads of shinies and they played sort of the same amount of time and did the same amount in terms of the game. And then there was someone without the ticket that could have more shinies than you that had the ticket. So it's, you know what I mean? At least like what I was saying is shiny rates aren't a tangible thing in terms of the add-ons and stuff, whereas at least with the max particle collection being higher, the limit being higher, the raid passes being increased, more snapshots, that's all tangible stuff. It's like, right, I know I've done 3 snapshots, I've got 3 left, I've done 2 of my 3 raid passes, I've got like, you know, 4, maybe 5 left if I stack one from the day before. Like, that's tangible stuff you can see and spend, if that makes sense, or use, sorry, because you don't spend snapshots. That's stuff you can use. Whereas shiny rates, you can have the ticket, I might have the ticket, I could get more shinies than you. Like, it could happen. Like, it's increased. It's unlikely, because you'd like to think it's unlikely because of the nature of the ticket, but like, it just feels like a weird thing because it's like an unseen, unwritten thing, because you know you'll get those people like, oh, I've not got the shiny from this raid. Oh, how many raids you done? Oh, I've only done 4 raids, and I'm like, well, yeah, you're not expected to get the shiny after 4 raids, but then you'll get some other fucker that's done it after 1 raid, or you'll get, you know, the extreme opposite, polar opposite of someone 100 raids in, 100 plus raids in, no shiny. Like, the shiny rates are relative, like they're completely random. But if you're paying for a ticket, you're expecting results, so to speak.
Yeah, for definite. But yeah, just to kind of continue about this event, I guess one of the only other things about it, especially the in-person one, that I've seen a lot of people online complain about is, sorry, not necessarily complain, but has kind of been a deal breaker, is the in-person city it's taking part in.
Yeah,
it's very awkward to get to. Very, very awkward to get to. Which does kind of result in it being quite an expensive trip, to be quite honest. And obviously now the problem with the hotels and stuff, like, I don't remember. I'm sure I saw something somewhere, but like, compared to like Fukuoka, which was the last year's Wild Area event, I'm pretty sure someone said that this city is like more than half the size of it. Which, you know, don't get me wrong, I like that they're not doing the same events in the same cities. You know, kind of you said before about like GoFest, like New York, New Jersey has been the same now for like 3 years. It's good, but like, in the same time, this might sound really stupid or be like a hot take, but do you not kind of feel like organizing like that? Do you think that the Pokemon Go team kind of underestimate the power of the brand, if that makes sense? In terms of, they're like, okay, like the game's 9 years old now, like, you know, we've had GoFest, City Safari, you know, like, you know, we're going to do it in a smaller city because we don't think the turnout is going to be, you know, it's not going to be as big in terms of being relative to other events, if that makes sense.
So you think in terms of Go Wild Area, they obviously they hold GoFest to sort of the highest standard. It's their flagship event, big flagship event. Where do you think Go Wild Area falls? Because obviously you've got stuff like the tour event.
I mean, honestly, I think if we were to kind of rank it, I'd say GoFest, Wild Area, Go Tour is how I would rank, and then City Safaris.
Yeah.
In like
priority.
In terms of priority.
Because they overlap everything on the City Safari events, pricks.
Yeah. It just seems odd, but then I don't know. Like, I also kind of get it, but at the same time, it's like, are they kind of underestimating like the power of their brand? Like,
yeah,
because realistically, in terms of like, if you look at it from a business side, from a side of logistics, you know, you issue, I don't know, let's say purely, for example, right, they've issued 10,000 tickets per day, so 30,000 tickets in a weekend, right? But you've only got enough hotels, Airbnbs in the city to host 15,000 people, for example. You've then got over half of your ticket in allocation that then, you know, because it's, especially see like Nagasaki, is so far out the way you're basically not doing like a day trip there. Like you basically have to stay overnight unless you live in the sort of general vicinity, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like do you not think that is kind of like an oversight on
A little
their
bit,
part?
yeah. I mean, I was surprised when they said Nagasaki was going to be the location for it. I thought it would just be somewhere a bit more. But that sort of ties into what you said about maybe priorities. Like you said, they maybe underestimated how many people would turn out for it.
Okay, so maybe a better question. Maybe a better question for this would be, when they announced the city, did you have to go on Google and see where it is?
No, I know where Nagasaki is.
Do you? Because I didn't. I didn't have a clue where it is at all. I literally did not have a clue where it is. So like, you know, it's not like a notable city.
I know.
So
I mean,
speak.
I know about Nagasaki and where it is, probably for the same reason that a lot of people are aware of the existence of Nagasaki because of the bombing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's fair.
That's about it. You think, and it's
fair,
unfortunate that you think Nagasaki, and you got, but like it's a historical event, you know, whether it's same with world wars and bombs and bombings and stuff.
That's fair enough.
So I knew where I knew where it was, but in terms of like, it wasn't at the same time as much as it's sort of a famous city, maybe for an unfortunate reason.
Yeah.
It's also not the location. I wouldn't, if you had to ask me to write a list of where you think they could be. Okay, they like the Asian continent, or like the APAC region in terms of these events. Okay, we'll try and narrow it down. Japan, obviously, home of Pokémon. You know, right? I probably wouldn't have even had Nagasaki up there in the top 3 or 5 in terms of Japanese cities, let alone like Asian cities. So yeah, that definitely wasn't the location I was personally expecting.
Yeah, no, but then, I mean, you know, obviously I'm kind of reading into it a little bit here, but because it's on the south coast, like it's gonna be a little bit warmer that time of year. You know, it's not gonna be warm, but it's gonna be warmer, so to speak.
Warm-ish.
You know, as opposed to, you know, kind of heading up north, you know, towards like Sendai area, whatever. It's gonna be cold, but yeah, it does seem kind of odd that.
Okay, good thing that you mentioned Sendai. This falls into my next point. Do you feel like they in their mind they feel like they're running out of locations? Do you feel like they're running out of cities?
No, definitely not. I mean,
because they've had Sendai, Osaka, Tokyo.
Mate, they've still got fucking they've got loads. You know, you've got like you've got Kyoto, you've got Hiroshima. You go further up north. You've got Sapporo that you can do. You've got.
Haven't they had an event for Sapporo recently? Or am I making it up?
Yeah, wasn't that? No, that was years ago. No, that was a long time ago.
Did they have a city safari in Sapporo? Am I making it up? One step. But my point is, like, do you feel like they're trying? You know, they're just trying to do a different location. They're trying not to do repeats, but.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for definite. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. In 2022, they had a Go Fest in Sapporo.
Knowledge.
But no, definitely not. But to be fair, I did see a really fucking brain dead comment on Twitter the other day when this was announced, and it was like, "Oh, why are these events always in Japan?" And I'm like,
"No, this is what I said earlier.
Have the biggest player base, like by a country mile. They sell out every event. They have to put on extra days. Like what a brain dead thing to
honestly,
say.
I said this earlier. Like, people are like, why is it always in Japan? I'm like, well, you weren't expecting it to. It were never going to be in Europe. I'm like, we literally. So like, it's the same way that they've had the fucking Unova tour event. They had it LA. Obviously, I think they had one in Taiwan as well. But literally, for the past 2 years of tour events, both been in Los Angeles. No one's kicking off about that. It's bias.
Yeah,
it's people's bias. If it's not on their doorstep, it's an issue. But if it's on their doorstep and they can commute there, fucking great, fucking fantastic. Yeah, great.
Stupid.
But you don't hear any of the Japanese trainers or anyone from that region complaining, because they're not complainers. They're generally nice people and good culture. You're like, they're not like, oh, whining. They appreciate Japan get like a lot of events and fucking rightly show, man. Like, there's fucking the amount of players that play, you know, And you might not even realize just because of the lack of exposure to the region, but you see it in the most recent Pokemon Go World Championships in terms of like PvP and the other games. You can see like there are so many like players that play from Japan. Like it sounds like a really stupid thing I'm saying. It's like, oh yeah, of course there are, but I'm like, well, some people just don't. They just overlook that. It's like, you know, it's the home of it. Obviously, people are gonna play.
Yeah.
You know. I don't understand like what people are thinking. I'm not gonna have it in fucking Newcastle or Sunderland, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a bit stupid, but
sorry,
yeah,
Paul,
to follow that up, and you know, we'll make this our last point because we are like 2 hours in now. Which, to be fair, we're not done episodes for ages. Just to wrap it up, like literally last point. Let's do a little quick fire. So for Go Fest next year, there's 3 cities that you'd want it to be in. And so 3 cities, 3 continents.
Are we going priority order or just like quick, like just 3? If it's quick fire, we can't really think third. Like we just have to say 3 cities, no priority order.
No, it's a quick fire. So like so Americas, Europe, Asia.
Okay, so in terms of Europe, Rome, Lisbon. I probably quite like London again because I'm lazy.
You can't have 3 in one.
What? Oh, what? I thought we're doing 3 for each continent.
No.
Okay, so my one then for Europe or the EU one would be Rome.
For same here.
For America, like or North America region, maybe Vancouver. I know they've just had a city safari, but I feel like Canada have never had a Go Fest, have they? I don't think they have anyway. But I feel like that would be nice. And then in terms of the APAC region, maybe. Ooh, I don't suppose we quick. I'm so bad at quick fire. Maybe like Seoul, like I think that'd be
South Korea.
Yeah. I think Seoul would be nice. Yeah, because it's like you'd still obviously get a large amount of the Japanese player base like going there because it's probably not that far. But I don't know, maybe that would be a bit more of an enticing location for others. I don't know. I just feel like it'd be quite nice. It'd be a reason just to go there. But that would be. Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you were saying like what 3 for each continent, but yeah, I think Rome would be a really good one for Europe.
I think Rome would be class. So my 3 would be Rome for Europe, Kyoto for Asia, and New Orleans for America.
Okay, yeah, but they have New Orleans would be they like New Orleans for the North American International Championship. So I don't know whether. The North American International Championships being in New Orleans, whether they'd have a Go Fest in the same year.
I think other 2, why not? But
they could do.
For me, I think Rome is like up there. I think Rome would be. It's just got everything that you would want, in my opinion.
Yeah, but then so I was saying that like I didn't say Vancouver, and they like to have a regional championships there. So whether they don't always give a shit about the regionals in terms of the in-game events because they literally have a lot of the global tour events at the same time as like sometimes it was like I think it was the same as like EU. They don't give a shit. It's got to happen, innit? Like you can understand those clashes. It's when they clash actual in-game events like fucking Fuzzy Buddies with City Safari Milan. Like that's when it's like whoa, that's poor planning. Like we understand there are only so many weeks in a year.
Also, speaking of, we don't know what raid day we've got for City Safari, do we yet?
We do not.
That's not been announced, right?
We do not. What day is the raid day?
Be?
What day is the raid day?
I think it's on the Sunday, no?
Is that the 28th?
Hang on.
28th? I've really not looked into like. I didn't even looked into the event properly.
Okay. It's going to be a mega raid day. So Sharpedo is in a few weeks, right?
I reckon we'll get Camerupt.
I think it'll be Metagross.
You reckon Metagross? Well, it's fucking one of them. It's got to be one. It's fucking one of yours. It's Camerupt or Metagross. Fuck it. They just rip the band-aid off and just give us Horlucha. Because it's in the main games now.
But I think Metagross would be pretty sick.
I'm just trying to think of, because they like to coincide these with in-game events? I know we didn't really look at the September content update, but do we know anything about any of the events that far ahead? Like, what's the sort of latest we know events? Obviously, we know about Community Day on the 14th, but in terms of actual in-game events on that September content update, because basically what I'm saying is, if there's a Steel event in the lead up to that weekend, you can almost guarantee that it's going to be Metagross, because they do like to do that. We'll have a look. Of course, we'll have a look. Let's have a look.
Mega Sharpedo Raid Day, September 7th.
Yeah, so it's not
Shadow Raid Weekend, September 20th, 21st. That's going to be Groudon.
That's Groupon.
And then the Mega Raid Day is the 28th.
So completely normal.
2 days after that. And then 2 days after that is the Steel Skyline event.
But then before that is completely... What's completely normal? What the fuck's that going to be?
Normal types, isn't it?
But what Okay, maybe we're not getting like a... Yeah, so there's a Steel Skyline afterwards. So are we going to get the Mega Metagross before Steel Skyline? Or are we going to get Mega...
I think it'll be Mega Metagross Raid Day, and then for that event, Mega Metagross will be in raids for the week.
By that point, we've already got max energy.
Yeah, which in that point, we're probably going to pop off.
Yeah.
Which also me.
And also, the Spotlight Hour. We never spoke about the Spotlight Hour is during that Steel event is Aron, so you get Mega Energy for that as well. So we could be getting in that event, that Steel event, it could be Aggron. We might even be getting Aggron in that event, and then maybe the Metagross is just a raid day, just as a thought. But
yeah,
I'm pretty sure at the end of September we will have Mega Metagross in the game.
Yeah, same. Which does also remind me for Valencia. We need to put in the chat to get tickets to see Valencia play on the Sunday, I believe it is. If we still wanted to go,
of course.
I think that'd be a pretty cool day out.
I've got to pick us out. I've got to pick us out a shirt as well. My turn.
Yeah, you do. But yeah, we'll have to get some tickets booked, because I think that'd be pretty fun to do. To be fair. And yeah, mate, tickets are like dirt cheap. Like, tickets are like, tickets are like €20.
Yeah,
which should be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's not too bad, to be fair.
But yeah.
Oh god,
we're gonna wrap it up here. It's been like 2.25 hours, man. Like, we haven't done a podcast as long. Hot fucking minute.
They fucking dropped everything on us, from new season to September to level 80 to the back end of GoFest Max finale and the shit show that was in some regards.
Yeah, but yeah, fucking yeah. So it's gonna be a hectic week. I think next week we'll kind of continue with a bit more of the news, because even then, like, in my mind, like, there's no doubt we're going to get even more news before then, to be fair.
Yeah, we won't get much more.
It's like 4 weeks now until Valencia City Safari?
Yeah. This weekend it'll be 4 weeks, or we'll be there in 4 weeks, actually, obviously travelling there before.
Yeah, which is, mate, it's going to be fucking hectic. Just to kind of address something in chat, and if you're listening back, I will be organising a social for the event in Valencia. I'm not sure kind of what venue size to go for, because of the split and having two EU City Safaris in one weekend. It's a bit of a techie one, a little bit of a techie one. But I'll still sort something out, as we always do. Which does actually remind me what I wanted to look up real quick while you're getting ready to raid out. Weather forecast.
I was checking the weather.
Days. Yeah, because I wanted to make sure we're making the right choice here. Okay, so the weather. So, because we're flying Thursday, right?
Yeah. Thursday morning.
26. So 26 degrees highest, 19 lowest on the Thursday. 26 degrees, 18 degrees lowest. 27 degrees, 19 degrees, 26 degrees, 19 degrees, and then 28 degrees, 18 degrees. So it's going to be nice, man. It's going to be a nice little bit of end of summer song. It's going to be nice, man.
That's a lot of degrees.
There's a lot of degrees. But yeah, Thomas, as always, man, absolute pleasure. yeah, obviously next Friday is Big Man Thomas's birthday, so we might not be live the same time next week. But we'll be be knocking about it.
TBC, or
TBC.
I'll just listen. If you get the go live notification, right, and I'm not here at my desk, and Josh isn't here at his desk, I'm in a pub somewhere, and we're doing like off the cuff, like drunk ramblings. But we'll see. We'll see what happens next week, because we've still, even though we spoke about quite a lot in today's episode, obviously.
Yeah, we've still got so much to get through.
There's so much, man. They've literally hit us with a dump truck of information and content, so it's a bit mad. But yeah, Josh, always a pleasure.
Always, man. And obviously, thank you to everyone. Listening back live, twitch.tv/Thomas Young 1997. Anyone that listens back, Spotify, Apple Music, we appreciate you. And just before we read out, we talked about this the other day. Like, this podcast is nearly 2 years old now, like, which is actually kind of crazy, like, because it doesn't feel like it's been that long.
That's longer than some people's fucking marriages and all sorts of shit, man.
It's true. But so me and Thomas, we talk about this a lot, because me and Thomas don't do this for money. We just do it, because we enjoy doing it. And, it's so nice that people, 2 years later will tune in and listen to us for 2 hours on a Friday, or, listen to us on their commute to work and all that. It's something that, we don't take for granted. And, we really do appreciate that you guys are still as invested as we are, So thank you all for listening, as always.
To follow on from that as well, even though we may not interact with you as much, seemingly, we try our best, and obviously for continuity and flow of the podcast, we try not to always take questions from the chat and the audience and whatnot. But I'm just going to throw one out there. If there's anything in particular that you guys want to see us talk about, or we'll go like a step further, any particular drink or beer, beverage, alcohol-free, if you're that way inclined, we'll try. Just let us know, and we'll try it. Like, we'll try it, and we'll be like, you know what? Well, honestly, if you want to see us do beer reviews of your favourite beer, or your favourite cider, or whatever, or your favourite just beverage, or whatever you drink on a Friday night while you're watching us, then, let us know, and we'll try it, and we'll tell you if it's shit or not. Like, we'll drink it anyway, because we're going to do it anyway, but we'll tell you if it's shit, because maybe that's the affirmation you need. Maybe you need to hear, if someone's like, what's this beer? Like, oh yeah, Mr. Av said it's good. That's the sort of seal of approval you need. So yeah, if you guys want to get involved that way and interact with us that way, I'm trying to think of the best way for you guys to go about it. I will put a link to my Discord there. Might even just set up a beer channel, to be honest, for, functioning alcoholics. But yeah, guys, when all's said and done, you guys are what make us. Without you guys, we're not going anywhere. Yeah.
Nah, mate, you're full of shit. We're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, without you guys, we are nothing now, chatting West. But yeah, we're gonna raid out.
Yeah, we're gonna raid out. So, to kind of cap out the recording. Thomas, as always, pleasure. Everyone listening back, pleasure, and we'll see you next week.
I spelled Kitty's name wrong. I spelled Kitty's name wrong. Shit.
Okay, so people, whenever we raid Kitty Devro, we always copy paste. So copy that. As soon as we raid out, get in, crank up the volume, enjoy the vibes, because she always supports us, and she fucking loves the song as much as we do, which has kind of become a bit of a staple of the channel, so to speak. Also, if you are here still, our good friend Nate, who made our podcast theme tune, he's just released a new track, and it is genuinely fire.
Why don't you say this before? Could have plugged it.
No, because it's the real ones here now. Do you know what I mean? It's the real one. Okay. But yeah, it's actually fire. There's been a few small sort of music networks that have reviewed it and have basically. Well, one of them literally said he's basically taken the crown for sad boy rap in London, which is pretty massive. So yeah, go check him out on Spotify. N4T3. Check him out. Show some love. And
we did an episode with him as well. So if you guys want to scroll back through the old
get the plug in.
It's not really a discography, but if you want to scroll back through the archive, turn back time to the good old days and whatnot. then yeah, you can watch that episode, and yeah, man, and obviously check out Nate's stuff as well. What a guy!
Yeah,
What a guy!
people get the coffee pastas ready.